Warming up, it's a big question. It's a big topic for a lot of people. Personally, I find the really effective warm-up is all about emotional engagement. So when I warm up, I'm not trying to exercise my fingers necessarily. I'm not trying to achieve any sort of virtuosity. All I'm trying to do is to engage musically, emotionally, energetically with the sound coming out of the violin. So I'll start off. What I'm doing there is several things. I'm primarily focused on the emotion of the music, the feeling of the music, what I'm expressing. I'm not just mechanically going, well, fingers, you'd better warm up now, and bow, hand, you'd better warm up now. I'm trying to express something really with all of my being. And I'm doing that, yes, by playing, but I'm also listening. And I think listening is the big key for me, for warming up, that it really seems to engage every fibre of my being, and my physical body responds far, far more quickly that way than merely trying to do physical exercises to warm those fingers up. You know, like, I don't know, warming a car up or something. It's very different. So the emotional engagement seems to, firstly, not only, it brings me online personally, but it also seems to hugely accelerate my body's ability to warm up. The other thing that I'm doing in that is that I'm reviewing lots of things I know about playing the violin. Okay, and this is where it depends how you've been taught and how you approach playing the violin. For a long time when I was young, it was just haphazard. Practice just meant I'd play through pieces for ages. Now, after having had the training that I had later on, where all that got corrected, I know exactly what makes the sound work, and if the sound's breaking or cracking on a note, I know why that's happened. So I'm always looking for the various factors that I know control the sound. So things like point of contact with my bow. When I go to a higher position, compared to the lower position, the higher position requires my bow to be back nearer to the bridge. So I'm watching that sort of thing. I'm reviewing my vibrato. How much, how wide, how fast. I'm feeling how much bow I'm using. I'm using the bow expressively, getting my dynamics by accelerating the bow or slowing the bow down, or leaning with more weight on the bow, using more bow, using less bow, using slow bow, using fast bow. So I'm using all of these things to express myself on the violin. So I'm actually doing a technical workout without really thinking about a technical workout. I'm really doing a musical workout, an emotional workout, and the physicality, all the factors that physically have to be in place for that, I'm checking in on. Now, after a while, those things become almost automatic. The physical check-ins and the ways that we play the instrument. So it requires very little attention usually. But occasionally I'll play a note that doesn't sound great and I'll go, oh, I forgot to move my bow back, or the vibrato was too wide for that position on the violin, these sort of things. But the main thing is the expression, because when we're expressing ourselves, the body and the soul become one. They function as one. So when I'm looking for emotional content in my music, constantly accelerating the bow or slowing the bow down to carry out that emotional command, if you like, to become a physical reality. So that's my secret to warm up. There is a certain degree of physical time getting the fingers fluent for some of the faster passages, and I usually just play through some slow stuff, play through some moderate tempo, and play through some fast stuff. And I find it's often not perfect at the beginning, but I don't worry about that. I just keep exploring how I can fine tune and correct anything that isn't working. So I can hear where notes aren't quite forming, where I needed a little bit more bow length. And I think you'll find it also brings a lot of intuitive faculty on board, which helps enormously with anything we're doing. The intuitive factor, I think, is very, very important in all of our playing, even our technical playing, that we have a go at things, just see if we can get them right. Because when that part of us, and we all have an intuitive part, when that part of us starts to get on board and take over in a way that can help us, it achieves things that our rational mind can't achieve. And when the body and that part of ourself, our intuitive mind, become unified, when they start to function as one, I think that's when our real peak performance happens. And you'll notice that a lot of people who talk about peak performance, they talk about it as something that just comes upon them randomly at certain times. And what I'm suggesting is that by making use of our intuitive self in all aspects of our playing, that we can bring that online to be far more a normal part of our functioning. And guess what? That tends to lend itself to more peak performance in a more continuous way. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to meeting you at one of my workshops and masterclasses and seminars, either in person or online. Please subscribe to my channel. Just hit the subscribe button below the screen. It's been great talking to you. Thanks for watching. See you later.